Hi friends, welcome to day 17. The prompt for today is top 5. So, you could do a lot with this. You could do your top 5 favorite movies, your top 5 favorite foods, your top 5 things to do. So really and truly open to interpretation. So I thought, I wasn't sure what direction I wanted to go. So I figured I would just start flipping through my ephemera and seeing if there were images or anything that I could play with that, that was in my, maybe not top 5, but in my top favorite things to do. So that's how we're going to go about tackling this spread. So let me go over what we got. I love that there's winter stuff here because actually winter time is one of my top 5 things. I love winter. Now, that being said, I live in Florida. Florida winters are really mild, so I love winter. I love anything vintage, so this is going to go possibly somewhere on here. I love birds. You guys, most of you who know me know that. I love flamingos. I love to travel. And I really love working on my ancestry, and I have this tree to represent a family tree. Now, how do we get all these to work together? Well, that is the question. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to look at everything and see what might go good where, and go from there. And actually, I don't actually need to use this one since we've got winter clothing here, and that is another thing. I absolutely love wearing my winter clothes. I don't get to wear them very much because it's hot here a lot, and so I enjoy wearing my winter clothing. So I don't even have to use the snowman. I might just cut the bird completely out, but since I'm not sure, I'll just do it this way first. So we're just gonna lay it out, see what it looks like, see what we need to change. Is it fitting, is it not? Because these are all very different, they're very different subject matter, of course. Do I dare go at this with these? Okay, sure, why not? I'm just gonna have to be careful or it'll mess them up. I feel like this is proving to be slightly challenging, so I have to say I have chosen the wrong images. So I will probably get a smaller bird. He's just too big for the spread. I'm going to work with these smaller flamingos, just one of them, of course. She may or may not be okay. The tree, I think I can make it work. I think if we do some layering, sort of pull in some white from this side, and then even the tree could go in the center. That's gorgeous, so that looks wonderful. Okay, I think what we'll do is switch up one of these photos to represent vintage and not use this because these will go much nicer together. Excuse the glue on my hand. All right, let's do that. You know what? Let's glue this down because I am loving that. This could even represent a snowflake or a snowball or something like that, representing winter. I think that's pretty cool. Like I said, I like the way that this tree fits up on the doily. And this represents one of my top 5 favorite things in that I really enjoy working on my ancestry. All right, now let's add one of these images that will represent my love for all things vintage. All right, friends, I think this works so much better. We've got our white doily, which represents wintertime, as well as this. Then we have our tree, which represents my love for doing ancestry. And then we have this picture, which represents the fact that I super enjoy vintage things. And then over here, we have this, it says our travels, and that's because I really, really enjoy traveling. And then you guys know I love flamingos. So I think that's 5 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 things. So we got it onto the page. It marries well with this one. So I am super happy with how this looks. I'm going to go ahead and attach the top 5 piece. Actually, I'm just going to trim it down to be a tiny bit smaller, and then we're just going to attach it down here on the bottom. All right, friends, well, that is it for top 5, day 17. Let's go work on day 18 now. Friends, day 18 is maps. And yes, I'm doing this one day in advance because I've got some other content rolling out on my channel. So here and there in January, if you've been following along, you'll notice that I have had to combine some videos. So at any rate, today is maps. And my friend Catherine of Created by Catherine sent me some vintage maps from the UK, which is very exciting for me. I'm obviously here in the US. So I decided I'd go ahead and work with the map strips that she had sent to me. And I've got a brown paper bag. It's the flat kind. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere a few different layers of the map on that. And we're going to start with that and see where we go. Since it's January, which means it's winter time, I have decided to make a little bit of a wintry spread. Now, I live in Florida and it's not very wintry here, but still I want to do a wintry spread as if I lived somewhere where it was a bit cooler. So I'm going to start with some trim, white trim, and this will represent snow. Now I'm going to add a centerpiece, and I have chosen a snowman as my centerpiece. So I'm putting this black piece down sort of as a frame or a base, and then I'm going to put the gold piece on top of that, and then we're going to put the picture of our snowman on there. I want to add a little definition to this gold piece, so I'm just going around it with a brown marker. The bag that we have adhered everything to is going to be a pocket on this spread. So I don't want to forget that it's a pocket, so I'm adding this little tab to it, which will draw my attention to it. Now I am simply adding some glue to the bag, and we are going to attach that to our page. I'm going to hold that in place with some clothespins while it dries, and I'm going to add our little prompt to it. I've been trying to do that on most of the pages, and actually I think I've been able to do it on most of the pages, which is great, because when I look back I want to be able to remember exactly what the prompt was. Thanks for watching. See you soon.